Welcome to HeadKick Audio episode 4. On today's episode, we are going to recap and give our reactions to LFA 64, Bellator 220, and UFC on UFC Fort Lauderdale. How about that? I don't like doing all that ESPN plus 8, which is what I think it was. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to leave it at UFC Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's too much of a mouthful to say.
Yeah, I like saying the city that they're in. So that's what I hashtag, so that's what I'm going to say. All right, but there's a lot to cover. Plus, we got an interview with PFL heavyweight Kelvin Tiller, who's going to be on Season 2 of PFL. His fight will be June 6th of this year. Well, I hope it's this year.
That's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a really, really fun interview, and I really had a hard time cutting him off because it was just too much good shit, so it's a pretty long interview. So have fun with that. I will put that at the end of the episode as per usual. But first things first, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and get started. LFA 64, we had the vacant lightweight title up for grabs, and you had Harvey Park defeat DeMarcus Jackson via TKO in round 1, literally at the end of round 1.
2 seconds left.
It was a pretty badass fight.
That was.
It was a pretty badass fight. And Harvey Park says that, he had messaged or tweeted the LFA saying, hey, give me a shot at the belt, a few years ago. So, still waiting for him to put up that tweet. But the rest of the card, you had Jason Jackson defeat Scott Futrell. I believe that Scott Futrell was that really lanky guy, right?
Yeah, he was.
He's fought as heavyweight. So, that was... it was an interesting fight. Jason Jackson, I believe, was on... was he Dana White Contender Series? Was he on that?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, he gets the win. Submission, arm triangle choke, round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Lee defeats Jordan Larson in another... Okay, I'm sorry. Jason Jackson and Scott Futrell was a catchweight at 180 pounds. Bobby Lee defeating Jordan Larson in another catchweight at 165 pounds, which is the division that should just fucking exist already. Hashtag make that shit happen.
Make it work.
Yeah, Bobby Lee, incredible. He looked amazing. I don't think I've ever seen him look better. Defeating a guy like Jordan Larson, who, is a pretty big dude, pretty experienced dude. That might even be Brock Larson's son. I don't know. They kind of look similar, and they have the same last name, so I'm just going to go ahead and say they're related. Bryce Logan defeating Kenneth Glenn via split decision. Split decision there. Ryan, how do you say that? How do you say his last name?
Debelak.
Okay, yeah, Debelak. Now it's all coming back to me. These were the heavyweights, right?
Yes, they were.
Okay, unanimous decision, 30-27s across the board, and Tyler Ray defeats Sam Garrett via arm triangle choke in round 2. Now, LFA, this card was a lot of fun. They haven't had much going on in recent weeks, so we were super excited to get down with another LFA, kind of bring some life to our Friday nights as they are. And I think this card delivered, man.
Yeah, it really did. I was surprised. The fights on this card seemed, not that they were a lot, like the fights were a lot better than LFA 63, but they were definitely not more entertaining, but it kept, fuck it. It was more entertaining.
Well, I mean, LFA is really starting to put together some really decent cards, and they're getting fighters that are up and coming, or or have been around for a while, just haven't really hit that UFC, Bellator, PFL level yet.
Yeah.
So your Harvey Parks and your Bobby Lees of the world, this is a great platform for them. They get to showcase their skills on national television and show the world what they got. And like I said, LFA delivers every time. So like I said, we got a lot of finishes on there, which is something that MMA fans in particular are very fond of, is the finishes, which I'm part of that crowd. So count me in. I'm down. So
yeah, I can't wait until next Friday, May 3rd, LFA 65.
Let's fucking go,
dude. I can't wait. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
All right. LFA needs to get back to Phoenix, Arizona, because we need to go. I'm super ready for that shit to fucking happen. All right, and then your Saturday night consisted of Bellator 220 and UFC Fort Lauderdale, or as I like to dub it, a bad fucking night to be a judge because they did horrible.
What the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know, dude. All of these decisions and split decisions were just unbelievable. I mean, these judges are fucking with these fighters' careers, and it's really like, heartbreaking when it's clear who the winner was, and you get these split decisions that go the other way. I think we put out a tweet. It was actually a retweet on some of the judges' scorecards, and they were just like, what the fuck? You got guys like Andrei Arlovsky losing a fight that he won. You got John Fitch losing a fight. Oh, well, he didn't lose the fight, but it was a majority draw, and I don't care who you are, what your position is on John Fitch, with his PED use, his age, whatever, his fighting style, it doesn't fucking matter. He didn't lose that fight. So these judges need to fucking get their heads out of their ass and either learn how to judge fights properly or, fucking get somebody in there who can do this. So Bellator 220, it was, your main event was Rory McDonald, the welterweight champion, fighting John Fitch in the welterweight Grand Prix, and this was the opening round. And the really cool thing that Bellator is doing with their Grand Prix, okay, is not only is the welterweight division probably one of the most stacked divisions in MMA today, but they decided they were going to throw their champ in there, and every time he fights, his belt is on the line, which I thought was pretty fucking gangster. And then they get a dude like 50 Cent. Did I say that right? 50? Is it 50 or is it 50?
No, it's 50.
It's 50?
50 Cent.
Then they got a guy like 50 Cent. He says, the winner of this welterweight Grand Prix gets a cool $1 million. So, I'm down to see fighters get paid, and I'm down to see a fucking welterweight champ defend his belt throughout an entire tournament. How fucking cool is that? But the I don't know if it was like an unknown rule or an unspoken rule. I don't know how Bellator. This was very unclear to me that if in the event of a draw, and you're fighting the champion, he continues and you don't. Where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I'm still new to the to even this type of fighting that they have, or I guess like a tournament type style thing. But just the way that this whole fight went, I don't agree with. Even just having the fucking draw, I don't agree with it.
Well, who did you have winning that fight? Let's just start there.
I had John Fitch winning that fight.
Okay, what rounds did you give John Fitch?
I gave him the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay, so that's 3 rounds to 2. And based on my recollection, the first round was pretty fucking close.
Mm-hmm.
So that one could have gone either way. But let's just say you give that round to Rory McDonald. Again, you still have 3, 4, and 5 to John Fitch. So how the fuck does he lose this fight?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Or, sorry, he did. Again, sorry, I apologize. He didn't lose. He drew. This fight was a draw.
Well, shit, they might as well have just said that fucking McDonald won because, I mean, fuck, a tie is like kissing your sister, dude. Like, fuck that. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, there's got to be winners and losers, man. Like, no fucking draws.
I don't know where the fuck you got that, bro. It's like kissing your sister, but I'm gonna probably use that.
It's like, fuck, like going to overtime, who can kick the hardest or some shit like that, and who does that, like that, they're the fucking winner. I don't know. Like, no draws, man. That fucking sucks. Cause
the draws in MMA are pretty shitty. Unless it's like, you know, an over the top, like there really is no loser. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell who won the fight. Mm-hmm. This fight you could tell who won the fight. It was John Fitch. And I get it. Look, his fucking style, it's boring. It's not going to, you know, bode well with your eyeballs and your soul. So, like, I get it. Like, it's not fun to watch. It's a grinding style, but it wins fights. And in this case, it won the fight. Mm-hmm. So, I don't like this stupid rule. I think that if in the event of a fucking draw, they run it back. Just do it again. I don't understand it. So, not a big fan. And then in their co-main event, you had Alimale McFarlane defeating Vita Arteaga, or Arteaga. I don't know how to say these names, by the way. This is just like a common trend with the podcast, is we don't know how to say these people's names, so we guess. And if in the event we can't guess, we try to sound it out. If we can't do that, we probably just go with the first initial of the last name. Anyways, a doctor stoppage in round 3. You told me round 2.
I thought it was round 2.
Well, son of a beach.
Hey, you know, when we're trying to watch 2 cards and I'm trying to take notes.
I know.
I couldn't even figure out what color tape they were wearing. I was like, who the fuck is who?
Yeah. So, well, that tweet was incorrect. Anyways, yeah. So for those of you who only watched one fight and not the other, we don't get down like that. We accept the challenge of having to watch more than one fight at a time, and you know, I think we get like at least a B plus or an A minus. You know.
Oh yeah.
I think across both cards we made one mistake. So, I mean, fuck. I'd give us a pat on the back. Shit. Anyways, it was a TKO. Alimale was really having trouble, and even, you know, after the fight was saying, "Nah, fuck that shit. Let's run it back." You know, she was really having something for me there. So, credit to the champion's heart, because she knew that this fight could possibly not have gone her way. And I think that her championship mentality is just not accepting that win, you know, as it is. So, I do expect Bellator to book a rematch. But yeah, it was she had her, like, I don't know if she was, like, down all the way, but she had her on the ground and she fucking elbowed her in the head, and it split her open, like, fucking...
instantly.
Yeah, it was brutal. There was lots of blood. So if you are squeamish, do not look that fight up. So, yeah, like I said, I could definitely see Bellator running that back. Plus, Alimale is kind of running out of opponents at this point because she has looked damn near unstoppable up until this point. I do feel that, Arteaga's takedown defense was pretty much, I don't know. I don't know how you guys see that fight. I pretty much had it straight down the middel. I thought that Alimale was, you know, she was getting some takedowns, but not all of them. Credit to Vita's defense. But, yeah, so this was finally the champion goes through some adversity and says, fuck you, and delivers an elbow to the skull. Cuts your bitch open.
Well, I mean, the shit happens, you know. You get cut, you know.
I do feel that in a case like this, like, okay, they were totally right to stop that fight.
Oh yeah, fucking blood everywhere. Yeah, there's
no
way that chick could have.
That was completely warranted. And you know what? Vita Arteaga was just like, I can continue. It's no big deal. It's only the Grand Canyon on my fucking forehead. But I'm cool. I can keep going. You know, and most fighters, or any real fighter would, like, say, nah, it's just a fucking cut. Like, I get these all the time. You know, you got a fucking Band-Aid? Give me a Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah. Run it back. I'm cool with that. And then also on the card we had Benson Henderson. I believe his Twitter handle was like the once and future king. He defeats Adam Piccolotti via split decision. Now Benson Henderson has a knack for when a fight is ultra competitive and he can't finish the guy. It usually goes back and forth. And yeah, he gets to these, like, down to, like, the hair. And, you know, basically while he's waiting for the result of the fight. Sorry, I don't know where the fuck my brain went there for a second. But while he's waiting for, you know, in this case, Michael C. Hall to announce the result of the fight, you know, the judge's decision, Benson Henderson is always calm, cool, and collected as fuck, as if he knows something we don't. So, but yeah, ultimately takes a split decision. I mean, he did it with Frankie Edgar. He did it with Gilbert Melendez. I mean, he goes to decision and split decision a lot. And there's some, you know, fights that, you know, most of them has gone his way. Mm-hmm. Most of them has gone his way. I will say that I don't think he beat Frankie Edgar. I think that's just a personal opinion. I'd have to go back and watch the fights now that I'm a few years removed. Maybe I'm not so emotional, but I'm pretty sure Benson Henderson didn't win those fights. And, you know, this fight was super competitive and it was highly entertaining, although it was mostly on the ground. Mm-hmm. But it showed Benson Henderson's fucking technical submission defense.
He's so slippery.
I mean, there was a few times where I'm like, okay, this fight's over. And then, oh, wait, it's not over. It's not over. Okay, oh, yeah, no, it's over. All right, cool, I'll grab a wait. So, Benson Henderson still fucking got it. But it also shows that these young up-and-comers, these Adam Piccolottis of the world, they're getting close to that level. Benson Henderson's been very high level for years. I mean, going all the way back to the WEC. He held the belt there. He held the belt for the UFC. And now he's still chasing Bellator, which I think if he does strike Bellator gold, he will be the only fighter on planet Earth that has done that. Held the WEC belt, the the WEC belt, the UFC belt, and the Bellator belt. I don't think anybody's done that trifecta.
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool.
So,
it'd be one hell of a resume to have, though.
He's already got a hell of a resume. I mean, he's got wins over Frankie Edgar. He's got wins over Gilbert Melendez. He's got, I think, the only guy that he probably wishes he had a win over was Anthony Pettis. Because Anthony Pettis, I mean, I don't think Benson Henderson, you know, gets embarrassed easily. But if I was Benson Henderson, I would be embarrassed by that fucking Showtime kick.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, when they met in the rematch in the UFC, Pettis submits him right after he gets his black belt. Like, Benson Henderson walked out with his black belt and then gets submitted. It's like Pettis is his kryptonite.
Yeah.
So, so Benson Henderson, now, I don't know what his record is in Bellator. I think it might be like 3-2 or 4-2 now. So they got something with him, and I'm pretty sure they will keep using and abusing his name because he is a name in MMA. I don't really care what you know, weight class because he does, 70 occasionally, and I don't care what promotion because he's fought for a who's who of major organizations. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep using and abusing him. Adam Piccolotti, dude, fucking chin up, man. That's a UFC, WEC champ, bro. He was on top of the world. Okay, you have no fucking shame in losing to that guy. So, and it was a very competitive fight. So it's not like you have anything to be fucking upset about, man. It literally was a split decision. Somebody thought you won the fight. Okay, and I think that if there wasn't a UFC event going on the bigger TV, and I, was able to give you a little bit more attention, maybe I would have a better opinion on this fight. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is, and life goes on. You'll be back.
Oh yeah.
So I figured out why Liam McGeary tapped to that rear naked choke so easily. Sorry, I fucking hit this microphone with my glasses. You were telling me. Because I got up to fucking do something. Because, sometimes I do that while I'm sitting there watching fights for hours. But when I got up to go do something, Phil Davis, had a rear naked choke. And it wasn't even, sunk in. And Liam McGeary was tapping. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. I don't know why I'm laughing. Because it's kind of fucked up. But Phil Davis broke Liam McGeary's jaw earlier in the fight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and so when he was getting the rear naked choke, he was fucking rubbing his fucking arm up against the fucking jaw.
Oh.
What is that? It's aliens. No, it's probably just somebody driving by with their loud ass piece of shit vehicle. Anyway, so yeah, Phil Davis defeats Liam McGeary, TKO strikes. Well, it looked like it was a... Okay. Maybe. Whatever.
Yeah, I saw a tap out.
I saw a tap as well. So, yeah. He broke his jaw, and that's why he was tapping so fast.
Man, that's fucking crazy.
So,
you even still fight with... You have something broken, and you're like, nah, fuck it, I'm in this fight. I'm going to just fight.
It happens more often than you would think. Fighters break shit all the time. Fighters even go in fights injured. Contrary to popular belief. They don't go in 100%, ladies and gentlemen. They just don't. But, so yeah, that's why you get that crazy fast tap. Or whatever. Gaston Bolanos defeats Nathan Stolen. And speaking of stole, I think he was stoled his fair shake in that stoppage. I think that was an early stoppage. I think he probably let that go a little bit more. Maybe he regains his composure and gets off his butt, and the fight continues. I don't know what's going to happen, if this fight isn't stopped, but I still don't believe that fight was stopped at the correct time.
Yeah, I think I would have gave it maybe an extra 10 seconds just to see what he would have done, because I actually I didn't see any of those strikes landing as flush as I guess the ref thought they were.
Yeah, and again, Gaston Bolanos, this dude's a fucking striking machine. I mean, he's got a spinning back elbow knockout. Okay, the dude's fucking slick as fuck. So, I'm thinking maybe the ref just thought, this guy's not going to miss. So, maybe he saw everything land. I'm not 100% sure. That's neither here nor there. I just felt the stoppage was a little bit premature. But it doesn't matter what the fuck I think, because I am not the ref. And if I was a ref, I would probably let that go. I'd probably let it go a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But,
I mean, they also got to look out for the fighters' well-being, too. So, I mean,
but they're not amateurs. They're on the professional level.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're also talking about, this is the difference between... let's just say Nathan Stolen's a 10 and 10, right? He gets 10,000 to show and 10,000 to win. Okay? Well, stopping a fight early, you take $10,000 out of this dude's pocket. You take $10,000 away from his family. Now, guess what? I guarantee you Sorry, I'm afraid I might sneeze, and I'm trying to prevent that. I think we're okay. I guarantee you. Nope.
Oh, are you gonna do it? You gonna do it?
No, I'm not gonna do
Oh.
it. I'm not gonna sneeze on a podcast. Come on.
What a fucking tease.
Oh, I might be teasing you for a while yet. Holy crap. Anyways, I guarantee you any fighter out there. Whoa.
Sorry about that.
Anyways, I guarantee for the third fucking time that any fighter out there is going to be willing to take a couple extra punches to the head if it means that they don't get robbed at $10,000.
Yeah.
Because I mean, basically, that's just how they feel. They feel that you're stealing from them. You're taking their win money away from them, essentially.
Yeah.
So my question here is, what the actual fuck do you do with Phil Davis? Okay, because this was, I don't think it was labeled. I don't think Scott Coker went as far as to say that this was a number one contender bout. But these are like the two biggest names. Do you hear a cat? I hear a fucking cat. Dude, I don't have a cat.
Yeah, what the heck is that?
I don't have a cat, and I'm kind of fucking allergic, cat, so go away. Fucking pussy. Anyway, so if you hear a cat in the background, it's because there's one somewhere around here while we're recording, so I can't fucking do anything about it. So we'll just have to live with it. Where was I? Oh, Phil Davis. What the fuck do you do with him, man? Like, okay, he's already got 2 losses to the current lightweight champ in Ryan Bader. What do you do?
I don't know. That's going to be the $1 million question right there.
Yeah, but I don't think Fiddy's going to throw $1 million of that. So, sorry, boys. You're going to have to figure that one out on your own. So, but yeah, Bellator, a pretty decent card on paper, but I don't think it quite lived up to the hype, especially with, your doctor stoppage and the co-headliner. You don't really like to see those unless they're 100% warranted, which I think this one was, but still it's not, fun to watch. And then, Rory McDonald getting the draw victory. I don't know what the fuck to call it because he moves on in the fucking tournament. So, what the fuck ever. So, like I said, decent card on paper. I just don't feel it lived up to the hype. And this is why I think when we get into the discussion of, when organizations like this go head to head, you have the UFC and Bellator on the same night, right? And I mean, we also had like fucking Cage Warriors was today, fucking KSW was today, and we didn't have the fucking time to get into that shit. So, but those are more like European promotions, so they really cater to like the European crowd. So unless you're like a really fucking diehard hardcore fan, which I am, so I will watch those later. But yeah, there's just no way we were gonna fit that in today. But Bellator and UFC went head to head today, and the names on the Bellator card, as far as the Bellator roster is concerned, were bigger than the names on the UFC card that we watched today. The only difference is that the product of the UFC, not the videography or the commentators or anything, just the fights themselves, they were better than the Bellator fights. And the Bellator, I mean, you can fucking fight me if you want, but Bellator's, the names on that card were bigger than the names on the, as far as like the promotion is concerned. You know what I mean?
You would expect with having bigger names that the fights would be a little bit more bigger,
or just better,
or better.
I mean, and that's why, like I'm saying, when you go head to head like that, I mean, you kind of you're taking a shot in the 50-50. You're kind of hoping that your main event doesn't end in a fucking draw. Stupid judges.
Yeah, fucking draws.
All right, so UFC Fort Lauderdale Can I say it like that? Lauderdale. It sounds like I'm saying there's a lot of Dale.
there probably is a lot of Dale down there. Maybe more Dale than you want to see or know of. Oh, man. Fucking Dale.
All right, so your main event, because we're gonna start from the top and work our way down to the bottom, so that we give our main event some justice here, because it was a pretty brilliant performance by Jack Hermansson. He defeats Jacare Souza via unanimous decision, and even they couldn't get that fucking call right. I think Jacare won round 3, and then the rest went to Jack, and that should have been a 49-46 across the board. Apparently, there was 2 judges that gave Jacare 2 rounds. What the fuck were these judges watching? And this was the entire fucking night. It was fucking ridiculous. So, luckily, all these fights were fun and, entertaining. So, it kind of took the sting out of, when the judges would make the wrong call. And, of course, you're bitter and you go to Twitter and fuck your babysitter. I don't know. But, like I said, it took the sting off a little bit, and I'm just really, really, really fucking glad that the judges got, some of these fights right, not all of them. And it's just, these split decisions, they just bother the fuck out of me, because it's like, okay, I like unanimous decisions, even if they're for the wrong guy. And my only, I know that sounds stupid as fuck. Excuse me, that was for you, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds stupid as fuck, but at least all the the judges are all on the same page.
Yeah.
I can't, okay, well, we must have been watching a different fight, but, there's only one of me, and there's 3 of you, and the 3 of you saw the exact same fucking fight. So I would much rather have a unanimous decision going the fucking wrong way than a split decision going the wrong way. Because you don't know what these fucking judges are looking at. And I think we need MMA judges, not boxing judges, not fucking doctors or lawyers or fucking Sal Diamatos. Fuck.
Some dude, hey, you want to make $10? Come on.
No, I think they make 1,000. I think they make they make 1,000 to 2,000 for doing that, and then the refs, they make 1,500, 2,500.
That's not bad.
Well, I mean, it's not a fucking, if you ref, and I think that's per fight though, so they probably make a decent fucking check. I should get into fucking reffing. Fuck this podcast. Nah, because I'd be like, I don't like you, and I'd punch you, and then there'd be a fight, and I'd probably be the only ref in the world that would actively fight fighters, because fuck you, fight me. Anyway,
someone's gonna fucking tweet you or something like, you really want to go? Let's go.
Well, I'm still waiting for Fred Durst to answer the call. I don't think he listens to the podcast though, so I don't think he's ever gonna fucking get it. I think we should, fucking let the listeners of the podcast hit up Fred Durst and tell him to fight me for charity. Just because I want to fight you and I want it to mean something. That sounds good. Anyways, back to UFC for Lauderdale. Yeah, dude, Jack Hermansson taking this fucking fight on short notice, taking on number 4 in the world. He came in at number 10, and he wasn't even ranked a month ago. He fought David Branch just a few weeks ago. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago. And he submitted him, remember?
Yeah,
remember?
I remember that,
I was saying, what the fuck are you doing? And he tried the same fucking choke on Jacare.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He almost had him, too. Almost had him.
Yeah, but Jacare showing you what submission defense really is.
Yeah, I wonder how much time he really spends on... well, not only just him, but how much time a fighter would spend trying to get out of like submission situations in camp.
Well, Jacare's been doing his entire fucking life. Prior to his MMA career, he had a very decorated jiu-jitsu career. Him and Damian Maia are like the most decorated jiu-jitsu practitioners that are in MMA today. And they are both still fighting, and they are both still old as fuck. So, actually, Damian Maia, a little bit of news for you. I believe he booked a fight against Anthony Rocco Martin. I believe that's Kayla Harrison's boy. Yes. But yeah, it's sad for Jacare because he was promised a title fight should he get the win here, and he doesn't. So of course Jacare is never going to get his title fight in the UFC. I don't think that this is too big of a setback to, because it was competitive. He was fighting a younger guy. I don't think that Jacare looked bad. I don't think... There's just something about Jacare when he fucking puts his hands down and just starts walking towards you. Like, motherfucker, what? He's just so gangster. I fucking love that shit. I fucking like when he fucking head kicked Derek Brunson and then puts his hands down and fucking walks over like, bitch, get the fuck down. Get the fuck down. Jacare's got a little bit of gangster in him. So, but wait, hold on. Is it because is this thing the alligator? Because we can change it to an alligangster. We could do that.
I think we can do that.
A little play on words there, ladies and gentlemen. Alligangster. No, you don't fucking. Well, fight me. Whatever. All right. So, yeah. Jack Hermanson specifically requests something big in the future for him in his fighting career. I can't say that I disagree. You took on number 4 in the world on very short notice, and you took it to him. You beat him. I don't think there was any question. Those body shots were eating you up pretty good, so maybe work on... I don't know how you work on the body, but fucking figure that shit out. Because a Whitaker or a Adesanya or even a Gastelum, because he's pretty short, so he would actually go to the body. Yeah, they're gonna see that, and they're gonna pick that avenue to beat you up. So, yeah, fix that. Take some time off, and then figure out how you make your abs as hard as mine. Yeah, because I got abs, bro.
I've got a keg.
I thought you said you had a cake. I got really hungry. Oh man, now I'm just thirsty. I'm gonna sip on some. What happened to my? Oh, never mind. What were you saying?
Well, the next fight that we're going to talk about is Greg Hardy defeating Dmitry Smolyakov. He
smells your cough. That's smells your cough. Smolyakov.
Yeah, he did it with TKO punches round 1.
TKO punches.
TKO punches, kicks. It's whatever. Here it says punches.
All right. So this was your co-main event. Greg, what is he, like the Prince of War or something? Is that his nickname?
I couldn't quite get it. Bruce Buffer gets all in when he's saying the names, so
I'm assuming it's something like that. It's pretty cheesy. Greg Hardy, throughout his career so far, as controversial as it may have been, it's also been very cheesy. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's probably good for a Greg Hardy with his past and whatnot. And again, regardless of how you feel about the guy, Dmitry Smolyakov has got more experience than Greg Hardy, which, I think all of the roster in the UFC has more experience than Greg Hardy. I think I have more experience than Greg Hardy, and I'm not even on the roster. I should be, because, by the time this podcast comes to an end, I will have so many people who will have fought me. Starting with Fred Durst. I'm just telling you.
We're gonna start making it like a fight chain. We'll see.
It'll be like Fight Club.
There we
Only
go.
we can talk about it.
Yes.
That's the only rule. I want you to talk about it.
No, fuck it. We'll have him like a Mortal Kombat like arcade style thing. We'll have your picture up next to somebody, and then when you win, you'll just move your picture up like in the game.
Well, they also do that in tournaments, like with the Ultimate Fighter. That's how they do it. They do it with pictures. So you didn't have to go like old school 90s arcade video game on me.
That's how I roll, man. That's how I live my life.
Anyway, Greg Hardy gets the easy TKO finish. I have no fucking idea what the UFC is going to do with this guy next. Obviously, it's going to be a step up in competition because you can't keep signing guys specifically for Greg Hardy just to build them up. It's time to fucking, make it or break it. You did it to Brock Lesnar. He had like 3 professional fights before, I think he went for the title or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey Greg Hardy, you're gonna get a fucking really big jump in competition your next bout, and we'll see what happens to him then. I mean, maybe he wins, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. He looked a lot better in this fight than in the last one, especially in like the mid region, like where his belly sits. Right, it wasn't like so fat. You can tell the guy's actually been doing some work.
Mm-hmm.
So. If this is any indication on what type of fighter he could be, I say shoot for the stars. And maybe the UFC nagged themselves a great prospect with a checkered past, to say the least. Right? I think that's an appropriate term. But, I don't know. I think throughout his UFC career, at least, he's been a pretty big sweetheart. Aside from when he's punching dudes in the face or illegally kneeing them, I don't know. But aside from that, he just seems like a big old fucking sweetheart. So I say let the chips fall where they may, and we'll see what happens. In the evening's fight of the night, or FOTN, whoop, whoop, Mike Perry defeats Alex Oliveira via unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board. This, my friends, was a fun fight from the walkout to the walkout. Like the walkout to the cage and the walkout of the cage. There was dancing, there was smiling, there was broken toes facing the ceiling, there was cowboy hats. It
was fucking crazy.
It was a fucking party.
It was.
This fight was a fucking party, and I loved every second of it. I think we need more fights like this, so continue to find Mike Perry fun opponents, or just have him and Cowboy Oliveira fight every 3 months, and I'm cool.
I just want to see that body slam takedown again.
That was pretty fucking dope.
That was
pretty
amazing.
fucking dope. Mike Perry is a strong little dude, and he is little for the weight class. Oliveira looked huge compared to him,
Yeah.
and Perry don't give a fuck. That's why he's got tattoos on his face. Just so you know he doesn't give a fuck.
Do you think that's why his nickname is Platinum?
I have no idea why his nickname is Platinum. Maybe we should find out.
That would probably help.
Maybe it's
right?
because he has a platinum personality. I don't know. Mike Perry's always a fun dude. I like watching the guy when he gets interviewed. I like watching him fight. I like watching him on social media. The dude's just a fucking blast. People talk shit to him all the time. And, they're doing it behind the comfort of their fucking keyboard. Because if you run into Mike Perry in person, chances are he's going to fucking kill you. Not literally, but figuratively. Just going to kill you. 6 feet under is where you lay. So, yeah, they get, both of them get 50 G's. So, fuck yeah.
That's nice.
That fight is getting paid, and I'm all for it. Which kind of sucks because there was an earlier fight that, it was an early candidate for Fight of the Night, and unfortunately, I do feel the UFC made the right call in giving them Fight of the Night because this fight was better.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, it wasn't better technically, but it was just funner.
Yeah.
I couldn't look away. Let's just put it to you that way. I couldn't look away from the other one either, but this one was...
You had to watch it.
Well, I had to watch both for work. Because, again, this is work. Ha! So, yeah. Fight of the night, Perry, Oliveira. It was dope. Glover Teixeira defeats Iwan. I think it's Iwan. I know it's not spelled that way, but I think it's Iwan Cutelaba. Or Cutelaba.
Or you just call him the Hulk.
Or we can call him a cute laba. But he's anything but fucking cute. Yeah. This guy is scary looking.
Yeah.
And,
I think he'd punch you if you called him that.
Right? If he punches me, I'm just dead. His fucking, like, bicep is the size of my fucking waist. So I was actually looking forward to this guy. But all of his pre-fight antics, like the fucking ripping of Glover Teixeira's picture at weigh-ins, and, you know, getting Bruce Buffer involved while he's announcing you, okay? Literally, as Bruce Buffer is announcing Cutelaba walks all the way up to fucking Glover Teixeira, like on his side of the fucking ring. You're not supposed to do that. And the fucking security dudes who normally, like, fucking pull you back, they weren't doing their fucking job. Bruce Buffer had to go up there and was just like, hey. Like,
yeah. A lot of people not doing their jobs tonight. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe in Fort Lauderdale, they just want shit to happen.
I think so. Especially, you know, illegal knees or illegal kicks to the face.
I thought you were going the route of illegal aliens. I got so scared. But yeah, I wonder if Bruce Buffer knows how to throw down. I mean, he's got to.
Dude,
right?
I bet he does. I bet you he secretly beats the shit out of people sometimes. Just they look at him and like,
shit goes down. Bruce Buffer he'd probably fucking like yell at you and just knock you out. I mean,
do you think Bruce Buffer would fight you?
I would fight Bruce Buffer. I would fight Bruce Buffer.
Dude, that would actually be really awesome.
Yeah, but it's never going to happen. And here's why. If I fight Bruce Buffer, not only am I going to win, but who the fuck is going to announce it?
Fuck it.
You can't have Bruce Buffer announce his own fucking fight. You just can't do it.
Oh, shit.
Shout out to Bruce Buffer. Please don't find my house and kill me in my sleep.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Now we're just like nut hugging so that he doesn't come and kill your host over here. So, anyways, all that pre-fight bullshit kind of fucking backfires. Cutelaba, rocks Glover early with a spinning back fist, all forearm to the side of his dome piece. And, Glover, he's in a lot of trouble. And, his veteran savvy kicks in, and he ends up surviving the round and choking the dude out in round 2.
Yeah, he took him down. I like how he went into the side control and just went from side control to just full mount and then just rear naked choke. That was amazing. I love watching the transitions like that.
Well, it's it's a veteran move against a novice on the ground. I mean, you might, depending on how much trouble your opponent's in, but you're not going to get that against let's just say Glover fought a Daniel Cormier. Let's just go right to the fucking top, or a John Jones, or these guys that are well-rounded mixed martial artists. Because Glover is as fucking well-rounded as you can get, right? He's right up there with your John Joneses, your DCs, your Alexander Gustafssons. The one fight that stands out to me the most, which had nothing to do with well-roundedness when you're talking about Glover Teixeira, is the 13-second devastation that Anthony Rumble Johnson put on that dude's jaw.
Whoa.
Yeah. If you ever have 13 seconds free, go look up that fight, because I guarantee you it'll be a fun 13 fucking seconds. Holy shit. I might do that right before I go to bed. I don't even know. Fight me. And my favorite bout of the night Corey Sandhagen defeats John Lineker via bullshit split decision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with the split decision. I had Sandhagen winning all 3 rounds. I think his footwork, his pace, he outlanded Lineker. And both of these guys were touching each other. It's not like, one was landing harder than the other. Although I do think that there was probably a little bit more steam on Lineker's punches. It didn't show through as much.
Mm-hmm.
And it got pretty close there right at the end because I think Lineker, he had him in, a guillotine choke? At the very end of round 3?
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
And where he opened him up like a faucet.
Shit, it looked like he fucking popped a big old zit or something. He was squeezing so tight, and I guess when he had rocked him, that's when he cut him a little bit. But when he started squeezing, it popped whatever the fuck, and it just like.
Was it his nose or?
I think it was. I think it might have been the nose. Yeah, he was just squeezing so hard it was all.
Yeah, so that's fucking cool. Sandhagen making a fucking a habit out of ending his fights with just a face full of blood, and not losing. Corey Sandhagen saying that he's like a better Dominic Cruz. I think Dominic Cruz, he might have a problem with that. And not like a fuck you, motherfucker, because that's just not Dominic Cruz, right?
Yeah.
I think it kind of like okay, you think you're me but improved? Let's see how you do against me. Because John Lineker was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz got hurt. Again, story of his life. So yeah, I would love to see Corey Sandhagen versus Dominic Cruz. Hashtag. I would love that shit. I don't fucking know.
Hashtag just fucking make it happen.
Right? I would be down to watch that fight. But yeah, awesome fight. If you like, striking, footwork, technique, power, just a little bit of everything. There was even some well-timed takedowns in there.
Yeah.
There was even like a submission attempt. It was crazy. It was like a mixed martial arts fight.
You had your submissions, your takedowns, your strikes, and your eye gouges. Not really, because you can't do that, because that's illegal.
It's not Krav Maga, bro. It was so MMA, it had a split decision. Motherfucking judges, you pieces of shit. Anyways, so yeah, that was my favorite fight, and it lived up to every ounce of hype I was, hoping for. And I would watch it again. Not even joking. I probably will. Roosevelt Roberts defeats Thomas Gifford via unanimous decision. 30-27s across the board. This one was so easy the judges couldn't fuck it up. Thomas Gifford did not look like he belonged in there. Either he was affected by the bright lights of the UFC, or he's just not ready.
Yeah, it just looked like he probably just wasn't ready at all.
Are you thinking he's not ready for the level of competition, or just wasn't ready for like the lights?
Maybe the lights and maybe just this. Good lord.
That was for you, ladies.
Maybe just for this fight in general. There were some,
Where's my ruler?
I can't even like.
Where's my ruler?
Oh. Well, I want to try to stop saying but
I'll just use this pencil.
Well, whatever. But there was a lot of promise. He was scrambling. He had a little bit of good ground defense, but it just wasn't enough to overcome Roosevelt. Roosevelt just came out swinging, takedowns, ground and pound. I like watching dudes hammer fist. I don't know why. It's just the visual of just someone just taking their fist and just throwing it down on someone's face. It excites me. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what goes on in Crazy J's bedroom, but we're going to go ahead and move on. Takashi Sato defeats Ben Saunders. Poor Ben. Killer B. I really love watching this dude fight because he really does have a killer be killed mentality, and that's probably where he got the Killer B name from. Super fun dude to watch. Like I said, whether he wins or loses, ends up getting knocked out. It wasn't cold or anything. He gets TKO'd, and Takashi Sato making his UFC debut looks pretty fucking damn good. Dedicated the fight to a friend of his that had passed and had aspirations to be in the UFC. So, really inspiring story, and one that I'm probably going to follow as closely as I possibly can. This dude, I don't believe, is on social media, so I will try to find more out about that. Augusto Sakai defeats Andrei Arlovsky by bullshit judge's decision. We're just going to go ahead and I'll just leave it at that. That was a bullshit fucking call, and these judges, they should be fined.
Yeah.
Carla Esparza defeats Virna Jandiroba via unanimous decision. Carla Esparza, looking like vintage Carla Esparza. She actually been, her hands looked a little bit better. And they continuously look better. So, good for her. It looks like she's working on rounding some of her shit out.
Yeah. I like that trip takedown. That was pretty cool. I've never seen a takedown like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was really fucking cool.
Oh, hold on, my ear itches. Gilbert Burns defeats Mike Davis via rear naked choke. Gilbert Burns and John McDessie were going back and forth on social media very kindly and friendly. They were calling each other out. I think I would like to see that fight next, please, and thank you. Jim Miller defeats Jason Gonzalez via submission, rear naked choke, round 1. Fuck yes, Jim Miller is the motherfucking man. Disagree? Fight me. You already knew it was coming. You already fucking knew it was coming. And this puts him at like the top, or at least close to all-time submission wins in the lightweight division.
I think so.
And probably like wins in total, right? Jim Miller's been around for fucking probably longer than Jason Gonzalez has been alive. So, which is bullshit because Jim Miller's only 35, and I think Jason Gonzalez is like 30. So that would mean Jim Miller's been in the UFC since he was 5 fucking years old. Angela Hill. Oh, sorry, I also forgot to mention Jim Miller also picks up a performance of the night, so he gets an extra 50 G's. Whoop, whoop. Dollar bills, y'all.
I wish I had 50 G's.
I can write G 50 times on a piece of paper for you.
That'll work.
And I can hand it to you. You have 50 G's. Angela Hill defeats Jody Esquivel, and this was the fight I was talking about. That was an early contender for fight of the night. I thoroughly enjoyed this fight. Jody, shorter, stockier. Angela Hill, taller and lankier. So, of course, the shorter, stockier is going to have to get inside of the taller, lankier. Breathe. Breathe. And it was just that. It was Jody constantly trying to get on the inside with constant forward pressure, decent footwork, and she was throwing fucking haymakers. Angela Hill looked fucking awesome. So, thoroughly stoked. Hopefully both of these girls get another fight soon because that was very candy for my eyes. Not in a sexual way either. Get that shit out of here. Diego Lima defeats Court McGee via split decision. Another fucking bullshit decision. I do not under-fucking-stand it. Under-fucking-stand it. Do you hear me? I do not.
Fuck split decisions.
Diego Lima actually looked pretty fucking awesome. Court McGee looked slower than usual, so hopefully everything's okay with that. But guess what, guys? We are out of fucking time. We are out of fucking time. We are going to put up the Kelvin Tiller interview after this. You can check him out. What is his Twitter handle? Is it just at Kelvin Tiller?
No, it is the King Tiller, I believe.
Oh shit, he's got some fucking... All these guys in there, they're royalty.
At least I know that's what his Instagram handle is.
Oh, is that how we got a hold of him?
Yeah.
Oh.
The King Kelvin.
The King Kelvin? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how you...
Follow that dude on the social media. Again, oh shit, now I'm hitting the microphone. How you like that? So yeah, that's it. That's our show. That's episode 5. Episode 6 next week. Fucking check us out. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Bye!
Episode 4. Episode 4.
Oh, did I say 5 again?
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right. Can everybody hear each other?
I'm here. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Kelvin Tiller, how you doing, my man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. Welcome to HeadKick Audio, man. How things going?
Everything's going pretty good, man. Training's going good. Everything's going well. How about yourself?
Oh, we both just got off work, as a matter of fact. So I just want to, first, thank you for coming on the show. I know we've been kind of, touch and go the last couple weeks, but I'm very glad to get you on finally.
Well, thank you for having me, big man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and let the co-host get started. He's got a couple questions for you, and then I'll finish on my end.
I like that work.
All right, go ahead, John.
Hey, hey, how's it going again?
Pretty good.
I like to just get straight to the point, man. My first question for you is: you are 1-1 with Jared Rosholt, but you have a finish and he has a decision win. Would you be interested in a trilogy?
Oh, for sure. I wanted to fight first. Unfortunately, we can't always get what we want, but yeah, I want that fight first to let everybody know. It was a fluke. I had a tragedy happen in my family the day before the fight, and it really broke me, and that it wasn't me going into that fight. I don't make excuses. I didn't tell nobody this, but it's that's just what it is. I had a tragedy. The man that raised me, my grandfather, died literally 5 minutes before weigh-ins the day before the fight, and I got the phone call, and it just kind of hit me very, very hard, and so yeah, I want that fight back for myself, for my granddaddy, and to let Jared know that he ain't better than me.
Yeah, I got you on that, man.
Condolences, sir. Condolences.
Thank you.
And you got bigger balls than me, man, because I think if something like that happened, I probably would have just shut down and I wouldn't have been able to do anything.
That's kind of how it was when I got into the fight. I shut down, and it was like I was telling my mom. It was like I didn't know anything. All I could think about was my grandfather. My grandfather was the one that raised me. My dad didn't raise me. My grandfather raised me, and like I said, that was a very hard loss for me, and he still didn't finish me. So I would love to have that fight back in the tournament.
Gotcha. All right, my second question for you is what do you like to do in your spare time while you're not training?
Well, I got a lot of kids, so I like to spend time with them. My mom and my sister and I got 3 sisters, but my sister Tia, Teller, we go shoot pool in this bar my auntie works at in Kansas City, Kansas, called Firelight, and we go up there probably 3 or 4 times a week, and we just shoot pool. I don't go to parties or go out. I don't smoke. I rarely drink, and I really don't do too much outside of kids and family. And training camp, I enjoy working out. I know that's outside of working out, but that's something I really enjoy. I've been trying to mix it up with the bike riding and the running and heels and yoga and stuff like that. So I've been trying to mix it up with that because I do enjoy the challenge, and so really shooting pool. I like to do a lot of things. Shooting pool is my number one thing. And I got a 12-year-old son. We play basketball together every weekend. I got 2 10-year-olds. We always, in the neighborhood, I go to the neighborhood in Kansas City, Kansas, and I run football drills with the kids. And since it's been warm, of course, I've been doing, football drills with them. We go play basketball in the neighborhood. So I just like the community. I like being in the community. I like hanging with my family. And I like being around my kids for the most part. Outside of that, I really don't do. I might do a lot, but outside of that, I don't do too much.
Yeah, gotcha. So, like with the not, drinking and partying and stuff, is that a personal choice, or is that just something that you just never really been into?
I've seen it a lot when I was younger. Just from the background that I grew up in, and I've seen guys, lose their life from drugs and not have a life and walk on the streets from drug addicts, to alcoholics. All they want to do is just drink. And don't get me wrong, like I don't mind going to go have a drink and having a good time, but it's not something that I do every day, every weekend. It's not something that it's not me. You know what I mean? Like special occasions, I'll go out. Like I say, it's for me. The bars scene is my thing. Me and mom like to go out. We like to shoot pool. But yeah, it's just a personal thing. I just don't. A lot of people waste their lives and looking for love in all the wrong places. That's not me. So I just got to stay away from it. So yeah, just personal.
Gotcha. I understand that. My final question for you is: a lot of fighters need to make an enemy out of their opponent. Do you prefer the shit talking or keeping it professional?
I keep it professional. I don't prefer the shit talking with no one. I don't have no issues with that person. If Jared called me a fat fuck or something, I still won't make him a personal enemy. It's unnecessary. I'm fighting enough battles on the outside of a cage, and this man, I'm about to go whip his ass, and I'm about to get a fat check to do it. So you're not my enemy. You're like my friend. You're helping me make money. You are literally helping me make money. I cannot make an enemy out of you. I think there's only been 2 people in my whole career that I've not liked. And Marcus Sursa was one of them. When I fought at 205, and he kept calling me a boy, and I don't like the people calling me a boy, and he kept calling me, just calling me names and just yelling at weigh-ins. So he made it very, very personal. So I beat him, and then a guy named Amici Asalukwe, when I was an 85er in Bellator, and his dad, I only beat him back because his dad kept talking a lot of shit, and he kept calling me fat, cutting his weight by 2 pounds, and so I was talking shit to his dad while I was beating him up. So besides that, after that, Marcus and I, we was kind of cool, and he's still right on my comments and stuff every once in a while on my Instagram. But I don't hate none of these guys. We all got the same goal: to make a lot of money, take care of our family, and get out healthy. I don't want to break nobody's arm or break nobody's jaw. I just want to go in there and win, and get out and make sure everybody can go back to their families.
Awesome. Well, that's it for me, my friend. Thank you very much for taking time to speak with us, and I'm going to shoot it over to the host, Steve the Dick.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Kelvin, you, my man, you're cool as fuck, aren't you? Yeah, man, you're fucking all about collecting check, taking care of the family, shooting some pool. Hey, if you want to make some quick, easy money, you should play me in pool. I suck.
Oh, well, let's get it. Don't put your money up there.
I'll make you an easy $20, man.
Oh, well, we probably gonna about to play 20 games, so that $20 will go to nothing. Let's just sit back and talk and play pool. How about that?
I'm down, man. I'm down. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with my portion of the interview. And early on in your career, you fought in multiple weight classes. And, a lot of times fighters, when they're just starting out, they're trying to find their weight class for them. Do you think you found your permanent home in the heavyweight division?
I think 205. I think I'll be able to make 205 within a year. I think that would be my weight division. I am very, very comfortable at heavyweight. When back in January is when I really started back up in camp, and I'm already been down 26 pounds, and the weight just kind of comes off, and just understanding, nutrition and dieting and actually trying to make it a lifestyle. So all of those things I'm really starting to understand. I never understood those things early in my career. I didn't nobody taught me about nutrition growing up. You know, the schools didn't teach us. When I went to college, they didn't teach us. They just wanted us to play sports. So hot dogs and dollar cheeseburgers was my lifestyle, you know. And that's like, and I try to tell people how I grew up in just the bad eating, the unhealthy ways that we've been taught. You know, it's kind of like trying to tell you know, a crackhead or alcoholic, you know, just quit doing that. That's bad for you. You know, it's the same. To me, it's the same thing. That, you know, that food is bad for us. You know, that liquor and those drugs are bad for you. But you can't just tell me to quit. You know, because that's all I know. That's all I know how to do. And so now I am starting to really understand nutrition and understand what foods, you know, fuel the body and what foods are good for us and, you know, what are not good for us. And I also never took the time out to actually learn those things because, you know, I had chose making weight. I was always cutting weight at the last minute, and I always made excuses for myself, like, oh, I just cut weight too early, you know. And so what my coach and I are doing now, we keeping my diet under control, and we're making a good diet, good foods, healthy foods. And I believe in the next year, around the time where the tournament comes back again, I believe I'll be about 220, walk around, no heavier than 230, and I think I'll be able to cut to 205. But to answer your question, I'm very comfortable at heavyweight. If I had to stay here for the rest of my career, I'll be okay with that.
Okay, but is the personal goal then to go to the light heavyweight division?
Yes, sir. That is a personal goal because I know that I will be the best that I can be. And, you know, physical, my physical appearance, mentally. I just know that it'll be best for me. Yeah. So yes.
Okay, and do you think your power will translate down to the 205 pound, to the 205 pound division?
You said my power?
Yeah, your power.
I only got one knockout where it was just like knocked out cold. So my whole career, I've never thought I really had power. I've always thought I kicked hard. I was always faster than everybody, and I got away with a lot of things because I'm smarter than people. So my power is not one thing that I really ever thought that I had, or so I really don't rely on my power. My skill level will always be there. I'll be faster. I'll be sharper. I believe I'll be, stronger. But power, I don't know how to really answer that question because I'm not a power puncher. I've never been a power puncher. If you go look back and look at all my fights, I've always been smooth. I throw my jabs, I throw my twos, hard leg kicks. You know, I just kind of beat people until they give up, until they give me a neck, till I submit them. But I've only got one knockout to where I hit them and they go to sleep.
Okay, so that's what's ringing in the back of my head when I think about your power. So, but congratulations on that knockout. That was pretty slick.
Thank you very much.
All right, now you fought for quite a few different organizations, and some of them, you know, like the top 3 organizations in the world. Which one has treated you the best, and which one do you prefer?
That is a question I cannot answer because they all have treated me great. Bellator is great to me. PFL has been great to me. So I honestly could not, like, from the bottom of my heart, there's no, or even a small organization that I fought for, you know, in Kansas City for Shamrock, you know, everybody just always treated me good. I never had, like, no bad encounters with anybody, with the promoters. I just never had nobody that really treated me bad. They've always been nice to me and my team.
Yeah, I've actually worked with a couple fighters from Shamrock FC, and they're pretty decent people over there, so I know what you're talking about. So that's actually pretty cool. That's not something that you hear from a lot of fighters where, you know, they get fair treatment across the board from all the organizations they fought for. So I'm telling you, you remember how I started this interview saying that you're kind of a cool motherfucker. I think the organizations feel the same, man.
I agree. I try to be a cool motherfucker sometimes.
Well, you're doing good, my man. You keep that shit up. All right. Now, my last question for you is, this is your second season with PFL. Now, PFL is doing something completely different than all the other organizations are doing. Do you like this season style, like, you know, where there's, you know, what do you call it? The damn, brain fart over here. The playoffs and then the finals. Like, do you prefer that structure versus, you know, the traditional tournaments, or like, you know, the way UFC or LFA does theirs, where they have champions and, you know, rankings?
I do like it. I like the 6 months on, 6 months off. If you're the champion, it's 6 months on, 6 months off. I made it to the playoffs, so you know it was 8 months off for me. I like every organization and how they do things. I don't know how LFA do this. I think that you say LFA in there.
Yes,
did you mention
I
that?
did. Yes, I did.
Do they do something different besides the UFC?
No. They do a ranking system.
Okay. Yeah. I like how PFL do theirs. You know, they break everything down into 6 months. I don't like the fact that last year a guy got 3 chances to come back and all 3 losses. I didn't like that part, but let's see. Yeah, pretty much, man. I like the UFC style. I don't like that, like Dustin Poirier fought 20 times almost, and he's still ain't the champion. He got a fucking interim belt. I don't like that Tony Ferguson has fought literally 20 sometimes, and he's not the champion yet. I don't think that's fair. So PFL they have a good structure with what they're doing. And I'm absolutely loving it. And, you know, the champions, Felipe Lins and all the other ones, they got to they're not the champion no more. They got to do it all over again. It starts all over. So I really, really do like that. So, I like both, you know, I like both sides of it. PFL, you make a shit ton of money in that 6 month span. UFC, you can fight twice a year, and you know, on a lower scale, you know, from last year, nobody even knew who I was till I knocked somebody out and submitted a UFC fighter. To, you know, I'm making a decent money and still can possibly make, you know, a little over $1 million this year. So it's good on both hands.
Right on. Well, we know that the end of every PFL season, every champion wins that $1 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'll go ahead and end it with this. You win your tournament, your season. You win your season, season 2 of the PFL heavyweight division. What are you doing with your winnings?
Paying off my debts, man. The good thing is I don't got no real bad debts. It's a lot of little stuff. I don't got no school. I never had bad debts in college or got no loans or anything. I dropped out before I got any of that stuff. So that's the first thing. But I want to start investing. I'm reading a book right now, How to Create Wealth, Investing in Real Estate. Is Grant Cardin, and I've been really studying about real estate and really studying about properties and investing. Real estate businesses, and I want to start putting those type of things into the bad communities, into the ghettos of Kansas City, Kansas, Topeka, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, and I want to own like community centers. I want to own apartment complexes because growing up, we would be homeless. And nobody would give my mom an apartment or a house because we had bad rental history. You know, we had to go live with a family member. We had to stay out the shelter. And I would be that guy to understand people's pain, what they've been through, and every situation is not a bad situation. And I would like to give those people in those communities, how I grew up and where I grew up, the opportunity for them and their kids to live somewhere. So I like to invest a lot of my money into my community, into real estate, and helping these kids have a better future and a better upbringing than I had. We didn't have all of the basketball and the football camps and all the stuff that they had today, and the things that they did have, we couldn't afford them. So I would like to invest a lot of my money into that and help these kids have a better life than I did, and a lot of other guys, did. So that's how I like to do with my money.
Well, it sounds like you got a pretty good idea of what you're going to do in your post-fighting career. And everything that you just said there, that's very commendable. That just makes you've elevated from a cool-ass motherfucker to a badass motherfucker, okay? You need a cape and a big K on your chest for Kelvin, sorry. You are the man. That is fucking awesome.
Thank you.
All right, well, dude, you got me fucking pumped. I cannot wait for the second season of PFL. Hopefully, my other guest from PFL comes on for this episode. So, and we're recording this Friday, so we record the podcast on Saturday, and then we upload on Monday. So look for this on Monday morning. I'll shoot you some links or whatever you need to hear it, because you need to hear yourself, man. You are quite the human being, and I think everybody needs to hear it, to be honest.
Well, yes, sir. And whenever you get it, you let me know, man. You send it to me. I'll be listening to myself.
All right, and you know what? If you wouldn't mind, how about maybe we keep in touch throughout the tournament? You know, when you win, you come back on. And we follow you through your season in the tournament or whatever.
I am down with that. Let's do that. Let's keep in touch, man.
Yeah, because I want to hear more, man. I want to hear more. You just made an even bigger fan out of me.
Well, good. I'm glad I can make you a bigger fan. I appreciate that.
Because I was already a fan, but man, when you get to know somebody on a more personal level, and I think this interview is going to speak volumes for you. I think that, you know, when people hear this, they're going to be like, damn, you know, this guy's really about something. So.
Right. And that's all it's about, man. I just want to give back. I literally just want to give back. You know, to my community and just help the next kid come up that want to be a fighter or a basketball player or a lawyer or a doctor, you know, and that's all I really want to do. So I'm excited myself, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep pushing.
Hell yeah. All right, my man. Well, look, the PFL comes back on what, May 9th? And they're doing the welterweights and the female lightweights. When do they start the heavyweights? I don't have my notes in front of me, sorry.
June 6th back in New York.
June 6th in New York?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, me and my co-host over there, we're eyeing that final, and we're thinking that we might scrounge up enough dough to go. So it'd be awesome to see you in that final, my man.
The finals, okay.
Yeah, that final.
I'll be there. Yes, sir. I will be there. I'll be fighting for the $1 million. So
let's fucking get it. Let's fucking get it.
Let's do it, man. I'm ready, man. Let's do it.
All right, hell yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and let you go. Are you all finished up with your training camp, or?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, how much of your training camp do you have left?
How much time? We got a little over a month.
Okay, so you're about midway through. Do you do an 8-week camp, or?
Do we do what?
Sorry, I'm my microphone's kind of messed up. Are we? Do you do 8-week camps?
My camp started in January.
Holy shit!
Yeah, my camp started January, probably like January 20th, around that time. We wanted to get ahead of the game. Last year, when I got the phone call, I was literally almost 300 pounds, just out of shape. My first day at practice, I hit the bag for 2, and I only got the phone call like a month before the fight. You know, I was a last-minute replacement, and I hit the bag for 2 minutes and fucking went home. I was like, fuck this shit. And I sat there and I thought about everything. I really just sat there and thought about it, like, damn, do I really want to do this? I need to get in shape. And then the next day, I did a lot of sparring and a lot of rolling. And cause that's all, mentally, that's all I really know how to do when I'm out of shape. I will spar because I'll never let nobody knock me out or stop me. And I'll roll because I'll never let nobody to submit me. So those are the only 2 things that I could really do to get in shape. I didn't do CrossFit, I didn't run. I didn't run stairs here. I didn't do no agility work, no strength and conditioning. Just spar, wrestle, and jiu-jitsu. That's all I did. And so we didn't want to make that same mistake this year.
Yeah.
And so I took October, November, and December off, just holidays. Another tragedy happened to my daughter's mom, and after that, we up and moved back to Kansas City from Topeka, Kansas. And so, I just had to get through all of that. In January is when I found my new coach, and then so January we started it. And we're not talking about just hitting mitts. We're talking about into it hardcore. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. Got everything written out, everything planned out. So yeah, we in the January, man. We've been going hard since then, and I only got a day off each week. I get today's my day off, my Fridays. I get every Friday off, and so yeah, I feel good, man. I'm in really good shape. I'm already at fight weight, and remind you, I had a cut from 290 last year. Yeah. I'm already at 265 right now.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna see a whole different beast this year, a whole different beast. And I got the first perfect opponent. He's 7-0. He got some knockouts, some TKOs.
Oh, so what you really mean is he's 7-1 now?
Yeah, 7-1.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I think it's the perfect opponent for me. Another wrestler, my stand-up. Like, you haven't seen anything yet. Let's just put it like that. What y'all seen last year was me just literally coming off the couch, fat ass, just, eating snacks and shit. This year, we coming literally straight from, I train at shooter box in Kansas City with Professor Claudio Matos. And that man, Brazilian, he's from Brazil, barely speaking English, just be kicking my ass. Just he believes in just go. It's no stop. And his favorite thing to say is one more, which means like 20 more. So this year, last year I didn't think nobody could fuck me in that tournament. I literally believed in my heart that my skill level, my heart, my passion, everything, I would have won that tournament. So this year, and I got new coaches, new training partners, just a new motivation. And so this year, you'll see just a lot more from me, a lot more pressure, a lot more boxing, a lot more kicks, just a lot more agility from me. It's going to be an exciting year, so please watch every single fight.
Oh, you bet your ass we watching.
Thank you.
All right, now, real quick before I let you go, you got sponsors or training partners or coaches or family members you want to give a shout out to? The floor is yours, my man.
Man, we'll be here till tomorrow. I had to shut everybody up. We'll be here till tomorrow. I don't have any sponsors right now, but I do got a guy that's doing videos for me, and is really helping me out with that. A1 Studios. He's out of Leavenworth, Kansas. So shout out to him. His name is Adrian Herrera. Shout out to him. Always love to Woodward Kickboxing. He's the one that's been keeping me out of trouble for years. He's not really a part of this training camp this year because I moved from Topeka, but that's still like a father to me. I still love him. He'll be at my fight, and just a great guy. And then, just shooter box, Kelvin, Nick, Stefan, all those guys, they really just push me. They don't let me quit when I want to quit, and they're really good teammates to me. And then they made me feel like at home. Of course, Professor Claudio Matos, he just really pushes me to the limit. He's teaching me a whole bunch of new tricks. When I walked in, I told him I was an open book, with nothing on the paper. You teach me, and we just kind of just fell in love with each other. So those are people that I want to shout out. And of course, all of my kids, my mom and my sisters. Yeah. I'll be here, I'll say shout out everybody.
All right.
But those people are good. So yes, thank you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kelvin Tiller, PFL heavyweight. I think we're all predicting the winner in the season's final. So again, thank you for taking the time to. Thank you for the time. And like I said, after we get that first W, let's rendezvous. All right.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, not a problem. You have yourself a good day and enjoy the rest of your camp.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, stay safe.
Bye-bye.